Hey dancers, welcome back to my channel. I'm Claudia Dean and I'm so excited to bring the amazing Elena here today on my channel. Are you happy to be here?
Yes.
So today we are doing a tutorial on how to master chaîné turns. A lot of you have asked me about this, so I've got some amazing techniques that I want to share with you all and some amazing exercises that are really going to enhance your chaîné turns. So Elena, are you excited to show them?
Yes.
Yes? Right, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And let's get straight into it. I just love you, Elena. Tip number 1. Now, Elena, the first tip we're going to go through is an amazing technique on how to actually get the structure of a chaîné turn correct. So what I want you to do is, and dancers at home, you're going to find a bar or something that you can hold on to, and you're going to start with your feet in a very tight first with those heels attached to one another that way. Now, Elena, next thing we've got to work out is where you're going to spot. So if the bar's completely décolleté, which it is, your spot is going to be completely décolleté that way. That's it. Now, the first thing that you've got to remember that if we're wanting to improve our chaînés to the right, we need to be turning to the right. So in other words, you're going to be doing this. Boom. Now, as you do this, Elena, we need to just lift up our tippy toes. So can you just try and lift your tippy toes off the floor? That's it. Then go to the other way. Tippy toes, then other way. Tippy toes, and see how now the ankles and the heels, they're completely attached the whole time. That's exactly what I want. So get your spot in order. That's it. Okay, now let's turn to the right and lift up our left big toe. Here, keep spotting me that way. Now we're going to finish off the turn, so keep turning to the right, keeping our hands attached to the bar, so boom. That's it. Now repeat the same thing. So you lift off the left big toe, and then we go right big toe. That's it. Left big toe, right big toe. And again, left big toe, right big toe. Good. Now, a few things that I notice which dancers do, and dancers, this might be relatable for you too. When you're doing an exercise like this, you know how initially I said your heels have to stay together? A lot of dancers, the more that they do this, the heels start to get further and further apart. So what we've got to do is make sure that no matter what, those heels, they always stay connected. So just do one set for me. Go. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4. That's it. 5 and a 6. Good. Perfect. Now the next thing to watch out for is that if you're trying to improve your right chaînés, you've always got to make sure you're turning to the right and lifting up your left big toe first. So that way, that's it. And if we wanted to improve our left side, we'd be turning to the left, lifting up our right big toe first. That's it. That's perfect. For some reason, dancers sometimes get a little bit confused on that with their directions. So just make sure, right side, you turn to the right, left, you turn to the left. So now, Elena, I think what we should do is try it with the music, doing that one exercise as far as you can with this short bar. Okay, Elena, feet in first. Good. Spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. That was great, Elena. So if you were to come into the center now and practice doing that same movement with the feet, you would find your structure of your chaînés and the form of your chaînés would be very neat because you've just practiced it on the bar. Now, I've got an idea. How about to the left, we actually get you on the bench top. So we go because to the left, I mean, let's face it, if it's your weaker side, we should try and do more of them, right? Let's see if you can do the whole bench top. Go. 1. Spot. Spot. Go. So Elena, that was interesting. To the left, obviously it's a little bit harder, but it did actually highlight a flaw that I need to mention to you all. Did you notice that when Elena was doing it, all of a sudden she lost the half, 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 half. So we've got to make sure that when you're actually doing this chaîné exercise, you're showing half a turn, half a turn. Yeah, and to the right, you did that really well, but to the left, it got a little bit blurry. So try a few more on the wall for me. So make sure you're doing half and you're going to spot me. Go. Half and half and half and half and half and half. Yes. So Elena, my old ballet teacher, Prudence Bowen, she used to make us do that exercise literally around the whole room. We'd set up the bars like in this big loop and we'd have to practice doing like 100 chaînés on the bar. Yeah, it's a really good one though to get the chaînés good. Tip number 2. Now tip number 2, Elena, is going to be about the accent and what you should think of actually when you're doing your chaîné turn in order for you to get maximum force. So I would always focus on your right foot if you're turning to the right. Your right foot is count 1 and your left foot is count 2. And when you're thinking about the chaîné turn, you should think about your right foot doing 1, left foot 2. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And if you wanted to go really fast, you could go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So, do you ever find, Elena, when you're doing chaîné turns that you like veer off in weird directions, like this way? It's because your 1 isn't stepping fast enough. If you were to overswing count 2, and I'll give you an example now. So this is 1, this is 2. See how I'm overswinging it and I'm not stepping fast enough on 1? That's when you'll start to go in weird directions. So what you want to remember is count 1 goes to the corner, 1, count 2 also goes to the corner, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that rhythm has to stay even. So you can't do 1, 2, 1, 2. You've got to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And if you keep that, you'll be absolutely fine going down the room. Do you want to try some for me? 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, this time I'm noticing your 2 is late. Come back. You've got to step faster on 2 now, okay? So 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes. You see how that's better now and you're stepping more in a straight line? So dancers, just be very sure that you're showing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and it stays even. Let's give it one more go, Elena. And also, when you do your 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, can you imagine that your weight stays in between the 2 feet? So you're not going like 1, 2, 1, 2. You're just staying in the middle. Da, 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 da. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, that's better. That was tip number 3. So this next tip, dancers, is going to help with keeping your chaînés in a straight line. I'd highly recommend that if you do find you go off in funny directions when you do your chaînés, make sure you apply correction number 2 because that's really going to help. But this is more for like muscle memory and it will also psychologically teach you how to stay in a straight line because I'm going to lay out the TheraBand. So this is what's going to happen, Elena. I'm going to lay out the TheraBand here. I remember at one of my intensives, I think it was in New Zealand, I laid out TheraBands across the whole studio and everyone had to come down doing chaînés and basically you're not allowed to hit the TheraBand. So if you were to do chaînés, Elena, and let's just say if you were to veer off in one direction, which way would it be? Would it be forwards or backwards? Okay, you're going to go in front of the TheraBand then. You're going to point that foot out in front, put the arms in third. Now remember your 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And now you're not allowed to hit the TheraBand. And let's make it a little bit harder. So can you come further back? There you go. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. I actually think you fall forwards. Yeah, so let's try putting you behind the TheraBand. Go to here. What's a bet now? You'll fall backwards. Okay, 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oi, see? If you were to go any further and if there was more TheraBand there, I think you would have whacked into it. Come back again. Okay, let's go 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, that was better. See, you're quite good at it now because you're doing your 1, 2, 1, 2, but it would have been good to have tested this before I told you that tip. Yeah, but dancers, if you're having trouble, lay out a TheraBand and I tell you what, you'll know pretty quick smart if you're falling over or not. Tip number 4. Now, Elena, this tip is all about how you're going to get more force initially when you go into the chaînés. So if you start in third position, leg out in front. Now, fondue down on your left leg. You see this fondue? That leg is going to be the one that propels you into the turn. So if you don't do a half decent fondue here, it's going to be so hard to get up into the chaînés. So imagine that I'm pushing this leg down, down, down. Now it's almost like if I push you down, you go to your maximum fondue, then you've got to pop up, okay? When you pop up, that's when the feet need to get together, touching in first. 1, 2, go! That's better. You'll get a lot more force. Do you see just then how much force you got? Come back again. Also, you can step out on the first one, but then the left foot is what brings them in together so they're touching. 1, 2, go! That's better. That was good.
Tip number 5.
So Elena, we're going to talk about your left side with your upper body because that is what's actually going to get you round every single time when you do a chaîné. So I feel the easiest way to activate your left side would actually be to go back to this position with your hands on your shoulders. Now it's funny, you learn this back in like pre-primary, don't you? Yeah, but it's one of those things that actually really helps the upper body when it comes to more difficult steps like chaînés. Now, can you pull your lats down? That's it. Dancers, if you don't know about lats, make sure you go to some of my other videos where I mention it. I think I've got all different back tutorials and turn tutorials. I talk about the back and the lats a lot. So now you're going to pull down your lats, Elena. Now, can you do chaînés holding your arms there on your shoulders, but every single time you turn, you want to almost feel like the left side of your back leads. So you go left side, left side, left side every time. Go, left side, left side, left side, left side, left side, left side. Yes. So that actually means that as your right foot steps, that's when your left side will go. So you'll go da, da, da. Yeah, come back again. Once more with our hands on our shoulders. So 5, 6, 7, lats down. Left side, left side, left side, left side, left side, left side. Good. Now, what if we convert it back to first again? So come back to here. So you're in third position. You want to pull down the lats. Yep. And get that same feeling that you had in this position. Okay, so lats down, elbows up. 1, 2, go. Left side, left side, left side, left side, left side. Go, go. Yeah. So come back here again. If you put those arms in first, it's almost this feeling, dancers. You go, yeah, and again. Just wait, try and resist against me for a second. So, yeah, so she's going to be going left side, more that way. Now, how about with music, Elena? We try all those corrections at once. Okay, so every single one. Can you remember them all?
Yes.
Let's do it. Go! Left side, knees. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. See, that was really good and you had a lot of force. So I think for you, Elena, keep practicing that last tip that we did with the back, and I think the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 is going to help you the most as well. Well, dancers, comment below which tip helped you out the most, and of course, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. You know the drill, and I will see you in my next video.